heart so deep, yet growing through and through.
Cause tomorrow might be good for something. Hold on, feeling like I'm headed for a breakdown, and I don't know why, but I'm not crazy, I'm just a little unwell. I know right now you can't tell, but stay a while and maybe then you'll see a different side of me.
am.
talking to myself in public, dodging get sadder and sadder for what I found. I got carried away, but it's just the way it goes. What's best for you and me? In the end, nobody knows. I got carried away, but it's just the way it goes. What's best for you and me? In the end, nobody knows. I'm here at some rings, and all I do is look around. Don't know what's of these things. In my head, I hear the sound. I see how full lights up, and all I do is look around. This time I'm on a fly. Today I'm no longer yours, but in the battle to turn around. When all I see there of you, I just get sadder and sadder for what I found. I got carried away, but it's just the way it goes. What's best for you and me? In the end, nobody knows. I got carried away, but it's just the way it goes. What's best for you and me? In the end, nobody knows. I got carried away, but it's just the way it goes. What's best for you and me? In the end, nobody knows. I got carried away, but it's just the way it goes. What's best for you and me? In the end, nobody knows. I got carried away, but it's just the way it goes. What's best for you and me? In the end, nobody knows. I got carried away, but it's just the way it goes. What's best for you and me? In the end, nobody knows.
10. Looks like Sean Dickinson. No, let it go. Oh, Saunders back into the pack. Big sponsor. Donovan's in it. Sean English is in it. Oh my God, are you? Caution! No way. Or he's gonna dive bomb him. Here he goes. He's gonna try a bump. All the way to his bumper. Can he shove him? Can't do it. Dylan Old is gonna win it here at Iowa. Bump and run! Oh, he's done this before!
Bump and run, the 61 to the inside. Can he make it work? He's got it.
The inside of the 0-2. He's sliding! Oh, Burrows is around! Oh, the wrecking right in front of him. That's Mogren.
Jones, great run on the high side.
Drive off the corner, and
They're gonna be side by side. This is gonna be a photo finish 3 wide off the wire. And that's the stripe. It's gonna be Ruggles! Oh my God, what a finish! iSCAR's in. We're up and away. Green flag.
61, Dominic Howell.
Oh, he gets hooked! Oh my God! Hard into the wall! Huge track on the start finish line. Who comes out on top?
Dallas Myhan wins.
Dallas Myhan wins it! What? Make quick work of that number 9 of Eric Andrews. Andrews washes up the racetrack. Oh, won't go! Oh no! Oh! They're gonna be wrecking! That's the big one! Oh my God! Connor's involved! They're still wrecking! And 0. We welcome you here live for the iSCAR Trade Shuttles for Doggery Shootout and for the iSCAR TSP Cup Series. My name is Ezeckiel Reyes.
And my name is Kealoha Hankins.
And we're here to duke it out for 40 laps at the Daytona International Speedway, the World Center of Racing. Prepping for tonight's race, 19 drivers going to line themselves up to duke it out for a bit of cash. But otherwise than that, we're getting set to go all the way. Apologies about their truck race, by the way. It's down there where Miami is. It's currently rainy, but we'll go ahead and substitute this in for right now. Anyway, we'll go ahead and pull up the standings. Ignore Kilo Hankins, number 72. He accidentally joined it as a driver, but that doesn't matter. Well, Hank, we're here for another new iSCAR season. Any kind of bold predictions you're thinking coming in for tonight's unofficial race?
I think that whoever wins here is someone that people have not expected. Like, let's say William Schmidt, he's always been pretty strong, but nobody's expected him to win any races the prior seasons, and he's proved them all wrong by almost winning a championship. I think that Trey Shuttlesworth has a pretty good chance of winning if he drives up front. So yeah, a lot of excitement as we head into the new season.
Yeah, definitely. As I said, these drivers were not just randoms. These drivers were handpicked and plucked in. And they're eligible for the shootout via win, chaser, or a pole. And you see some familiar names up there: Keaton Jones, Ryan Kwan, Cody Webster, Dominic Cowell, and you see some, I wouldn't say backmarker names, that's pretty much offensive, but you see some names you don't really see often: Darius Reza Dadgar, Malachi Drake, William Kenny, also known as Peter Kenny. He's also up here in the mix, so it should be a lot of fun here for tonight to see if one of these 19 drivers is going to take the checkered flag.
Yeah, as practice is coming to a close, there's about 10 seconds of practice left. we'll just see how qualifying goes and who attempts to qualify and who doesn't. Daytona's known for having a lot of people trying to start in the back, but if you're trying to win the $15 prize for the shootout, I'd say that you have to qualify.
Yeah, definitely. At a track like this, you got to keep yourself up front and keep that momentum going forward. Since qualifying is underway, we're going to go ahead and slide yourselves to the side, play a national anthem, and get right back to you as soon as possible. Two, one. If you're now just joining us here for tonight, we are setting ourselves the grid as of right now for the iSCAR TSP Cup Series Shootout. Our new sponsor, Trey Shuttlesworth Photography, is tagging along here for the season. We welcome them on board for the iSCAR season. Check them out on, I think, Trey Shuttlesworth Photography.com. Check it out on the URL bar, and hopefully you'll go ahead and enjoy the photos and such, as we're now getting some lap times logged in here for tonight's go-around.
Yeah, Eric Heater, Liam Sheen, and Dominic Howell have all set in qualifying times after the first lap, but surprisingly, in my opinion, there are 3 more times, but surprisingly, in my opinion, more than half of the drivers have decided not to qualify.
Well, yeah, with this small of a field, only, I think, 19 drivers going to log themselves a lap here tonight. You can work yourself from 19th to 19th all the way to the lead fairly quickly, but depending on how aggressive you want to be during this, during the beginning stages of this run, it'll all depend on how you carry that momentum through the track and how the draft will work. Will people work with you? Will people not?
Yeah, the draft is, I mean, it's not as strong as the Xfinity car, but it's still pretty strong in these cars, so...
Yeah, especially with the new spoilers. The big spoilers. They punch a huge hole in the air. As Hunter Johnson moves himself to the top of the board, that number 12 machine, running a... I was about to say Toyota Mustang. That is a Ford Mustang.
Yeah, me and Keyboy actually made bets on who would, get the pole here tonight. He was thinking that it would be Darius Ezekkiel that got in the 95, but I would think that it was Hunter Johnson and Darius telling who's up the third. Good effort, though. He's still starting near the front.
Yeah, definitely. One of the more super speedway experts. And at number 95, he has a couple teammates working with him as well. Liam Sheeman, number 21, is working with him, as well as the number 28, your super speedway series champion. Number 28, Ryan Kwan, winning at Daytona, might make a return to victory lane here tonight. There's a lot of drivers who have yet to return to victory lane here, and with this small of a field, they have a chance.
There's about 30 minutes left of qualifying, so pretty soon we should see the starting grid.
Yeah.
How excited are you for this race?
I'm nervous because there's a lot of drivers that just bought iRacing just to go ahead and run iSCAR. I'm not sure on how this race is gonna go, but we'll see how these drivers are gonna take it from green to checkered.
Yeah, but these are iSCAR's best of the best, so I don't think anyone should really worry about this being a bad race per se.
Yeah, definitely. But we are gonna have at least one pit stop because the fuel window is every 25 to 31 laps. You could stretch it all the way to 31, but I'm expecting drivers to split it because you're only gonna make it with just one stop. So we're looking for these drivers to pit around maybe lap 20, but that all depends on who you work with, and we got a lot of teammates here out on the racetrack, so it should be a lot of fun to see on how this will play out.
Yep.
Alright, we're going to go to pit road as we go ahead and pull up our starting order here for tonight. Hunter Johnson around the top. And that number 12 machine, Dylan Alt, going to be right alongside of him. Row number 2 going to be... Oh, you want to go?
Yeah, sure. In third place is going to be Aaron Smith the second, and in fourth place is going to be Dominic Howe.
Row number 3 going to consist of the 95 of Darius Rezadadgar and Sean Leisure in the 67.
Row 4 is going to have Eric Heater in the Miller Motorsports car, and Trey Shuttlesworth.
Row number 5 going to be another SDM machine, Liam Sheen, Connor Brandon, and the proximity machine. Came off a truck championship last season. He's looking to carry that momentum forward.
William Schmidt in yet another SDM car starting in 11th, and William Kenny too in the Carl Edwards inspired AFAC car starting in 12th.
Row number 7 going to be consisted of Cody Webster. He's probably going to be working with proximity guys. Keaton Jones by himself.
Row 8 is going to be Nick Miller in the number 8 car, and Malachi Drake in the number 9, in the number 90.
And the final row going to be in last place. That's going to be Ryan Kwan, all the way in 17th. Oh no, we got one more row because you're right alongside of that.
And then it's going to be Brian C. Mullen in 19th and Michael DiMaggio in 20th. Rounding out your final row.
Alright, the combatants are set. We're going to go ahead and show race analysis on the right hand side of the screen. 40 laps here tonight, 2.5 miles in length this track is, so that means 100 miles going to be ran here at the Daytona International Speedway. Pit window looking from 25 to 31, and pit road speed 55 miles per hour. I'm going to also show up track description. Track going to be on the left-hand side of your screen. Track config is an oval. Track length, as I said, 2.5 miles in length. Track turns 4, one in each corner, not including the tri-oval. Elevation, roaming around 40 above sea level. Track temp at 76 degrees. Laps total is 40.
Pretty interesting strategy here by Trey Shuttlesworth and Nick Chinas. They have both started from the pits here. So is Nick Miller too. So we'll see how that goes.
I'm surprised. Those people who are starting in pits. Or maybe starting toward the rear. It'll be very interesting. And boy, you see a lot of familiar running paint schemes. You see about like 4 or 5 SDM machines. Man. And a lot of proximity machines. So half the field just about being made up of SDM or proximity machines. And after that you have Aaron Smith by himself. And he's not even running his classic yellow paint scheme. Oh my god, what is that paint scheme, Aaron Smith?
I feel like he ran that just for you.
Yeah, he just ran it for me. My heart, of course. Alright, doubling up for the first ever iRacing Stock Car Auto Racing green flag here for the season. Kicking off the 2019-2020 season. Going to be that number 12 machine, Hunter Johnson. Right behind him, Aaron Smith. On the outside, going to be, I think that's Dylan Alt, as well as Dominic Howe. Pace car makes itself on the pit road. Here we go. The green flag is up and away, and we are green here at Daytona for the 2019-2020 iSCAR winter season.
Yeah, the top 6 are all jumbled up together, but it looks like Lance Miller and Michael DiMaggio are already falling out of the pack. It's not doing that.
A lot of first double wide action. A lot of orange cars are shoved to the low side. Aaron Smith gonna opt out of the pack. down the back straightaway. He is available to do that. You just can't pass under the double yellow. But that number 70 machine is looking to the rear. Needs to get back up on the racing surface and decides not to. Doesn't have a hole in, so he's going to have to really slow down. He might lose the pack even. Unless if he can hook up on the 18 Michael DeMaggio.
Yeah, that really gave the run to the outside as Dylan Alk was able to capitalize and take the lead.
Yup, as we work on lap number 2, the first ever iSCAR Green lap has been completed. Dylan Alt, number 42, leads. Stuck up right behind him. That's a lone machine of Dominic Cow in that number 30. Has been to iSCAR Victory Lane multiple times. Has yet to make himself into iSCAR Victory Lane from last season. As we got a car on the apron looking up. And here comes that 30 of Dominic Cow to the high side.
Yeah, he's being pushed by the proximity entry of Sean Leisure, and we're gonna go side by side for the lead.
Side by side, close double wide racing up front. Dominic coming down to go ahead and side draft off that number 42. Head to the start finish line. Maybe Connor Brandon looking for a third land. Can't make it happen though. So we're working on lap number 4. Double wide action up front. Looking very spicy as of right now. These beginning stages.
Yeah, pretty early in the race, everyone just wants to not make any aggressive moves. So, yeah, that's what I believe people are doing.
I was talking about Aaron Smith earlier in that number 70 machine. Dropped all the way back. He's disconnected from the draft all by himself. If this thing does go green all the way, or past that pit window, he's going to have to come in on his own, and that's not going to be pretty, as we're looking 3 wide in the tail end of the field. That would be the number, I don't know who's running that Budweiser scheme, but up on the high banks, has no help. Off the tri-oval. That might be Cody Webster in the double zero.
Yeah, Nick Miller also trying to get up in the front after starting in the back. Also, away from the pack is Brian C. Muller and Michael DeMaggio, trying to help each other out, but they've already lost the pack by over 3 seconds. So, we'll see if they could get back to the main pack.
As for the lead, Dylan Alt gonna come down right in front of his proximity teammate, that number 12 of Hunter Johnson. All the way on the bottom side of the racetrack, that's all SDM cars. Nick Miller in that number 8 is the lone one out. He's sort of sandwiched in front of these 3 and 2 behind, so... Oh, we're looking 3 wide. Trey Shuttles were drifting up the racetrack. Just a slight. Connor Brandon wants to slot into the low side and break up the SDM cars. Just a slight. Looking 3 wide again. Oh, Dominic Cow gets turned.
Around.
And Miller gets turned up the racetrack. That will be a caution.
All right,
there
man.
it is.
Caution is out.
Caution's
Caution
out.
is out.
Caution's out after 5 laps of racing.
And wow, that happened at the front of the field by the looks of it. I don't know who the first person to get turned, but our first iSCAR caution comes out off of turn number 2 on lap number 5. By the looks of it, oh, Sean Leisure just pushed him wrong again. Liam Sheen caught up in it. 8 of Nick Miller is caught up in it. A lot of damage to the front end of his car. Liam sitting on the apron. Honestly, for a super speedway, that doesn't look like a lot of damage, but arrow-wise, that's definitely going to kill you.
Yeah, it looks like there was a little bit of echo between Hunter Johnson and Dominic Cow, and that just killed the field. Like, they were racing super close, but that little bit of echo was just enough to turn him around.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. There's a lot of people, at least a quarter of the field, got damaged from that one, unfortunately. And you say, yeah, you honestly, not for a gag or anything like that, but you hate to see it for these people to wreck out early. It's not looking not looking nice for the outlook of the first race here for tonight.
Yeah, even though a bunch of cars wrecked, it doesn't look like anyone got any major damage. So I think everyone will still be able to race.
Yeah. The person who probably got the most damage off of that has to be either Liam Sheen or Nick Miller. Both of them collided and they went up in the... It hit the outside wall. They just slid to a stop, but both of them, as I said, collided really, really hard and have a lot of damage on them.
Well, pit road is open. We'll see who takes it.
Yeah, at this early of the stage, you have to come in and pit, especially this point of the race. I don't know when the green flag will drop, but if it does drop in a couple of laps, you're not going to be able to make it. Those drivers are going to have to keep that in mind as we head to the next green flag, as everybody slides on in. Somebody really overshooting their pit stop. That's a blue car, but... So
Yeah, that's Peter Kenny who...
You know. Sorry, you could go ahead.
And Dylan Hawk is going to win the race off the pit road. I was going to say that nobody has decided to stay out after 5 laps of racing. And everyone's decided to pit, taking advantage of the fuel strategy and maybe not having to pick once it's doing green.
Yeah. Yeah, but they have to save as much under yellow as it can as they catch up to the back of the pace car. Trey Shuttlesworth is going to come out up front with a 5.88 pit stop. Trey electing for just fuel only on that number 119 machine. Speaking of Trey, you can go ahead and check him out. He is our sponsor. Or he's the person who's going to be sponsoring our Cup Series. So hopefully you can check him out once you do have the time. But Trey Shuttlesworth is now leading the field here at Daytona.
Do you think there's going to be any more cautions throughout the race?
Honestly, looking at that racing, this is definitely to shape out like a caution fest, but with only 19 cars on the racetrack, you never really know how it's going to turn out as DiMaggio and Miller come off. Oh, DiMaggio's blinking in and out. You don't want that, but...
Yeah, it seems to be that everyone can hold a line. It's just that Neko caused the first caution. So I think that this will go green until maybe halfway through the race.
Yeah. So if we do take the green, obviously everybody came in to top off, but pace car lights are on, so by the looks of it, we're looking to take the green on lap number 10. So I think from their point forward, you're not gonna have to pit. You can stretch the pit window to 32 laps, but since these people are under caution, it's going to be a lot of fun to see on how it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. How Fio's going to work out.
I think you can make it all the way from here on forward. So if we do get another caution, it's probably going to be towards the forward end of, or at the tail end of most of the runs, as Trey Shuttlesworth is on the apron, might be opting for an EOL, not sure. Probably has to pull off track to go ahead and do something, but we'll keep it updated on how Trey is doing right now as he's dropping multiple positions back. But
yeah, he said in the driver's chat that he was fixing his microphone and he should be back on the racetrack.
Right.
A lot of people opted not to qualify up near the top 10. Malachi Drake starting from 16th, already moved up 10 spots to 6th. William Kenny too, he did qualify, started way back in 12th, already up to 7th. Connor Brannon started in 10th up to 8th. Brian C. Mullen started way back in 19th, is in 9th. And Cody Webster started in 13th, now is in 10th.
Anybody interesting you see here in this top 5?
In the top 5, I'd say Ilkita, honestly. Like, he's one of the few Miller Motorsports cars running here, also with Nick Miller, but he has a good chance of whatchamacallit. I don't know what to say here, but he has a good chance of becoming the silent driver, avoiding every wreck and going out up front.
Yeah, that number 11. He lost his teammate, unfortunately. That number 8 of Nick Miller having a lot of damage on that machine. We'll have to see if that number 8 can keep up with the draft, but with him losing a teammate, it's not going to be pretty for him to work around here towards this top 5.
Also, Dylan Hawk and Sean Leisure are both proximity teammates on the outside, so I think the outside may have a really strong restart here.
I don't think Trey is even on a team. So number 119 is going to be left out to dry. He's going to have to go with the flow, but at number 95 of Darius Reza Dadgar. He's separated from his SDM teammates. Also has a bit of rear end damage from that first caution, but Liam Sheen's also up there towards the top 10, as well as that number 77 Keaton Jones, who got a bit of damage as well. So here we go as we set to the green flag. At 119, Trey Shuttlesworth leading his first laps of the season up front. Has yet to win another iSCAR race. Only one at Daytona in the Xfinity Series. Looking for another one. As the green flag drops. Up and away here yet again.
Looks like Dylan Aller is going to cross the start-finish line before Trey Shuttlesworth. I don't know if that's going to be a black flag, but I think they accelerated after the green.
Yeah, as long as that 42 stays tough. This boy, Kenny, is getting some huge shots from Liam Sheen. And that number 20, that number 21, Liam, take it 3 wide, but as I said, boy, actually, they are going to take it 3 wide. Excuse me for a moment, as up to the high side, they're looking around Peter Kenny. And that number 99 machine, Dominic Cow, and the number 20, and the 21, Liam Sheen. 3 wide action, Kenny was looking to get pinched just for a slight. He has to back out of that situation, looking really sketchy. So right now, in his mid portion of the field.
I don't like how they're racing so aggressively just for positions within the first 11 laps. This is a 40-lap race, and even though there is a payout, I don't think that it's necessary to really go for all these aggressive 3-wide moves.
Yeah, Kenny was getting swamped, and that was worrying me a lot. I don't know if he has a bit of damage or what, but Kenny, yeah, he does have a bit of front-end damage. I don't know if that's affecting him, or though. Up front, boy, they're starting to jam up a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets turned coming into 3, but Dylan Alt has held that outside line. Boy, that 67, Leisure is not square to the back bumper of that 42. He needs to get square, or actually, he doesn't need to get as square in the corners, but he needs to be aligned to right, not to turn him, but not to push him outward to the outside wall, if you know what I mean. But these drivers really aggressive this one.
You see everyone in the top 10 starting to separate from the pack. They know how close the front guys are racing, so they're trying to stay single file to avoid a possible wreck.
Right. And these back, yeah, there's basically 2 plans for this race. It's either you want to keep your car up front and stay out of the mid-pack madness, or you want to slowly drop to the back to keep yourself out of it. People like Peter Kenny, a couple of SDM machines, Aaron Smith, or all the way to the tail end of the field. These people don't want to tinker around with all this shenanigans that are going up front. Boy, this usually with a bigger field, the mid-pack is probably the most dangerous place. But right now up front, this is going to be the most dangerous place, as the number 95 Darius Reza Dadgar is getting a nice push from the car right behind him. I think that's Dylan Alt. He also has a teammate tucked up right behind him as well. He's going to drop to the low side. And number 95 challenging for the lead.
Yeah, Dylan Alt has Trey Shuttlesworth right behind him. He's known to be a good pusher at times. And Sean Leach is right behind Darius Reza Dadgar. And Shuttlesworth is going to go up high. Will he lead this lap?
Yeah, that was a good move by that number 119 of Shuttlesworth to take that run away from Dadgar, and actually Dadgar now pushing that 119 as we're looking 3 by 3 entering turn number 1. Boy, Dadgar is looking a bit high as Hunter wants to work that outside lane. Can't make it happen. Not enough cars up there. He has Webster and another proximity car, but as of right now, boy, we're starting to shuffle as one car gets shoved to the apron. I think that's Eric Keeter. They're looking 4 wide. These people have to keep themselves in check. Oh, I cannot believe they sorted it out into 3. Wow, that was sketchy.
Yeah, looks like there was a little miscommunication between the
the 95 gets turned! Hard into the wall it goes, and that will involve the whole field. Peter Kenny in it. And the first car to get hooked was a 95. Oh my gosh!
Wow, that was a pretty big wreck for a 19-car race.
That was, oh my goodness. Yeah, we definitely got damaged now. There are cars littered all over the trial. We're going to get a replay of what happened as they headed to the start-finish line. The first car to get sideways was the number, I think the 95 of Dadgar. Oh, alt hooked him.
Yeah, looks like he tried to push him, but he just hooked him into the outside wall, right into Sean Leisure, and Dario just flipped over, did a
Yeah.
somersault.
It's a hard flip. Connor Brennan involved. Peter Kenny's in it. A lot of SDM cars through. That's Mullen trying to squeeze through it. He's probably going to have to go on a pit road and get that black flag cleared. But, man, we're going to get other replays. As they headed down. See Dadgar get in turn. Dylan Alt. Liam Sheen barely avoiding the 42 as they slid up the racetrack. William Schmidt. Eric Smith going through the grass. And
Looks like
man. Go ahead.
I would like to say that Cody Webster actually did a really nice job of trying to avoid the wreck and not getting spun. He may have had some front end damage, but he should have like had engine damage and went out of the race. But with his maneuvering, he was able to keep it going. Also, that I don't know what Peter Kenny was doing there, but he just turned straight left and tried to avoid the wreck, but there was a car below him, and that just hooked William Schmidt and got them both out of the race.
Yeah, during wrecks, your spotter as soon as the caution comes out, your spotter stops spotting, and that might have been a miscommunication with Kenny and his spotter, and unfortunately, big wreck ensuing here at Daytona.
Yeah, I think he thought he was going to try to full throttle through the wreck because he
had
only
a clear
dropped about
spot.
one.
Yeah, as you said. Go ahead.
Yeah, he only dropped about 1 mile per hour before hitting William, and that. Yeah, I think he just full throttled through it, trying to hope for the best, and that just collected a bunch of other cars. But that's what happens sometimes in super speedway racing.
Yeah,
So,
definitely a product of this kind of racing. Everybody just so bunched up together, and one small miscue could explode the field. And you see right here, unfortunately, a lot of cars are involved in this one.
well, pit road was open about a lap ago. Seems like Eric Heater was going to go and pit, but he decided to stay out, and he has the lead right now.
I don't think it's a good move by that heater. I don't know how many go. Let me pull up race summary. 25 laps to go this time by, but
Yeah, I believe he was the only one to stay out.
Yeah.
Everyone else is pitted for tires and fuel at least.
yeah.
Yeah, what I'm also worried about is that he has a little bit of rear end damage, so that may hurt him aerodynamically. But he's hoping for the best, trying to run up front, and I gotta respect that.
Yeah, definitely. He's trying his hardest to keep himself up front. Now, with this many cars eliminated, you got to keep yourself up front, because if you're down to a 6-car or 5-car race, it all matters about how many cars are aligned and who is pushing and how hot your car is. Might be a lot of variables, but when it comes down to super speedway racing, it all matters about momentum and pushing it forward. Hopefully you have the line here in the final lap.
Yeah, I still believe that everyone's in the race except for Darius as a Daggar and Sean Leisure, but who are still trying to get their cars fixed. But yeah, a lot of cars are gonna be damaged out here, and that's gonna really hurt the racing.
Yeah, those people who got lucky, I think Trey Shuttlesworth was one that was not involved. Aaron Smith went through the grass to avoid it. Liam Sheen, who was involved in the first wreck, might have gotten caught up. Oh no, he didn't. He barely avoided one car who was sliding up the racetrack. Malachi Drake in the number 90 is also in this race as well. Now number 90 looking clean as of right now. Came out of nowhere, coming into the top 5.
Yeah, the truck race is actually going on right now, and some of the drivers in this race are talking about it. But we're almost halfway through this race, so I believe for anyone who's trying to catch the truck race and this at the same time, this race should be over before the start of stage 3 of the truck race.
Yeah, by the estimated time by ATVO, 17 minutes. If we go green from this point forward, and which we might because the fuel run is not going to be an issue. On the looks of it, I'd say, yeah, 17 and 21 seconds. 17 minutes, 21 seconds is going to be the race from that point forward, but
even though a lot of cars are out, we still have a 17-car race technically, so it's still anyone's race.
yeah,
but
definitely.
it just comes down to who's gonna survive. And the pace car lights are actually off, so we're gonna go green pretty soon.
Yeah, there's 2 cars that are DNF. That's going to be the 95 and the 67, Sean Leisure, Darius the Dad car. We're going to see on how these people gonna work it out. Honestly, looking at some of these cars, I don't know how much damage the 42 has. I don't know how much damage the 79, William Schmidt, he was also involved in that. The 8, and Miller, who was involved in the first caution, he's running in 4th. I don't know how his car is. I know Kenny, the number 99, got a lot of damage, unfortunately. He's running all the way in 17th. But all these people with damage, you don't know really how much damage it'll affect until you take that green flag. So if somebody is damaged in this front pack, in this front top 5, it's definitely going to affect on how the back half of the field is going to react.
Green flag.
Green flag. Heater actually picked the outside lane.
Yeah, it looks like neither lane really had a good restart, but Nick Miller is trying to push Eric Heater to the lead. But he just drops back to the inside, and Heater's going to clear Trey Shuttlesworth for the lead.
Yeah, 1st and 3rd, those are Miller Motorsports machines. Eric Heater, Nick Miller is on a tight bump there to the back side, and that's 4th place of Liam Sheen. Apparently his car is looking well as they work down the back straightaway. My goodness,
yeah, we still
have a lot of cars in it.
Yeah. No, I was going to say the same exact thing that you did. Connor Johnson's trying to take everything pretty wide, try to see if he could go back up to the front of the pack, but he has been unsuccessful in all of his attempts so far.
Luckily for him, that number 12 ain't damaged. Not going to say it's going to be damaged not going to be damaged at the end of the race. You never know how these races are going to go, but Johnson's feeling it. He's looking aggressive as they're going to block the high side. And boy, we got a lot of shuffling up front. Trey Shuttlesworth is all the way to the apron, and we're going to go 3 wide. And that's the number 8 of Nick Miller. Oh boy, that 11 of Eric Heater's really blinking. Everybody has to dodge to the low side to prevent any contact.
Yeah, that just leads to 2 of the proximity cars going on the apron. Dylan Hawk and Connor Brandon. They might try to go back to the front of the pack, but just not for now. They're just racing too close.
Right. These people gotta head down, coming onto the tri-oval. This time by we'll pick up lap number 21. So halfway this time by in the shootout race. Cars are looking high, cars are looking low, and here comes a trio up in the high banks. It's going to be SDM machine of Liam Sheen, as well as Dominic Howell and 12 Hunter Johnson. And those 3 separate manufacturers, Chevy, Toyota, and Ford.
Yeah, it's really interesting seeing different manufacturers working with each other. Now that it is halfway, though, who do you think is going to win as part of your halfway predictions? That's part of halfway.
By the looks of it, really liking how that 119 of Trey Shuttlesworth is looking. He's keeping that Toyota Camry up front, but if somebody pulls out a line right behind him, look at that 77, Keaton Jones peeking in and out. Shuttlesworth doing a nice job, but he's keeping it 1 foot off the yellow. Maybe Keaton Jones might stick a nose under there. But that's very dangerous, as Shuttlesworth to do, to keep it 1 foot off the yellow. He needs to keep it tucked, or else that 77 is going to look at him. But as I said, that 119 of Shuttlesworth is looking fairly nice, as we're looking 3 wide through the middle. Liam Sheen gets split, as well with the SDM car, as there's 1 car is also blinking.
That is the 11 car of Eric Heater, who just completely disappeared.
Oh, he has to find himself to the track, or else he's going to be in bad pursuit. This time by, 18 laps to go. Still a bunch of cars left in this race.
Yeah, for my halfway pick, I'm actually really liking Ryan Kwan. He won the Super Speedway champion, and he's been slowly moving his way up front, successfully avoiding auto X. I think this might be his time to shine.
Yeah, that number 28. There's still a lot of SDM cars still up here. The only person eliminated is the SDM owner, Darius Rezadadgar, but fortunate for him, he can still pick up the cash with his other team cars on the racetrack as they work into turns number 3. He definitely has a strong team. Keaton Jones, that number 77, the 28. Ryan Kwan, your Super Speedway champion. Jones has won a Talladega race in the K&N car. Kwan, obviously the Super Speedway champion. Liam Sheen has picked up a shootout win. And the person all the way to the back, I don't know.
William Schmidt.
That's William Schmidt. Yeah, Schmidt has won 2 Super Speedway races before.
Yeah, and he almost won a Street Stock Championship. So, Shram Dakar Motorsports is looking into a title run this year.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't be surprised if they do insert at least three cars into the chase. It depends on how their season is going. But as of right now, looking very strong. Some cars are planning to split that 0-0 of Cody Webster, who wants to wash up high and block that high side, and that totally disrupts that number 61 of Dominic Cow. Nobody wants to go with Webster.
Yeah, he has almost no teammates in here, so it's natural that people would want to not work with him. But I would also like to say that Eric Heater has received throughput fell to unacceptable level, so I guess his Wi-Fi just didn't like him.
Yeah,
as he's out of the race.
Heater's unfortunately been falling out multiple times during the season. He has to get something fixed with his internet to get something going, but tough luck for that number 11 of Eric Heater as we work ourselves into 3 and 4. New leader, at number 12, Hunter Johnson has put himself up front.
Yeah, that's good for him. Trey Shuttlesworth is actually looking high, but he doesn't seem to have a pusher.
Yeah, he was too far back to really push up high, and here we
Keaton's
go.
gonna
Keaton to the high side, trying to make something happen on that third lane. No SDM car is going to work with him, though. It's very surprising. You expect teammates to work with each other, but that number 77, Keaton Jones, is going to slot himself. As we work down this back straightaway. So a lot of racing to go, 15 laps left. This is the length of the shootout is as long as a as a iSCAR duel. So he's oh my goodness! The 21 of Liam Sheen tried to cut down in front of the 0-0 Webster. Webster lifted out of that. Luckily, both of them didn't collide. But as I was mentioning earlier, this race length is as long as a as a duel.
Duel.
Right.
So people who already has the experience knows what the duel is going to be like.
Yeah, they're gonna carry some momentum, and even if you finish on the lead lap, you have some kind of idea on how the racing is gonna be like, because this is gonna be the setup that we're gonna be running under the hood for that 40 lapper coming tomorrow. The 240 lappers. Excuse me.
Yeah, and Trey Shuttlesworth is actually going to get a push on the outside from Dominic Howe, and he's going to lead that lap.
Yeah, that 119 Shuttlesworth is probably the cleanest cars, alongside with that number 12, Hunter Johnson. What an elevator drop move to the low side to cut off that inside of Hunter Johnson. Hunter's now clear to the outside. He's going to cross him over on the straightaway. Yeah, nice move by that number 12 of Hunter. Once he saw the gap up to the high, he took it. Now that 12 is clear up front. He's going for the lead.
Yeah, the outside being held by Dominic Howell for the SDM cars. Look for that lane to be strong. And Dominic Howell is going to go side by side with the lead. Will he lead this lap?
Oh, he has a huge push from Keaton Jones. Jones, another fantastic super speedway racer in that number 77. He's going to probably, I think Dominic Howell actually led that lap as Keaton has to pull out. I think he's hot under the hood. But luckily for him,
it certainly looked like it.
Luckily for him, 2 SDM cars right behind him. Oh, Nick Miller's on the apron. Oh, that had to be some type of issue. Aaron Smith's all tucked up behind that number 8. Luckily for him, that number 8 and Nick Miller is not going to fall out of the draft, but that definitely disrupted on how this racing is sort of going now.
Yeah, there's still 11 cars in this lead pack. 11 cars without much damage. So this is really, I think anyone in this top 11 has a chance.
Right. We're down, coming into 1 and 2. 11 to go. And we do have 3 green and white checkers. If these people do reckon with 5 to go or less, we will go into green white checkered territory. As oh, we got trouble! Around goes the 42 volt.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
And luckily,
it does not look like anyone else is going to spin with him. Very lucky for the people behind him, indeed.
definitely, I am so surprised. Great job by everybody in the mid section of that field to avoid around the spinning 42. Dylan, oh boy. Dylan, oh, looked like a, I don't know what kind of effect that is, but I wouldn't say accordion effect, just a chain reaction down the back straightaway. And unfortunately,
Oh yeah, it looks like
I don't know who it was, but it was an SDM car on the low side who hooked the 61 of Dominic Howe and got him into the 42 of not Dominic Howe, but Dylan Alt.
telling out. Yeah, it was the 21 car of Liam Sheen. I guess he must have gotten loose or something on the back straightaway, and he never held his line and turned straight up into Dominic Howe, and which caused the chain reaction.
Yeah. I don't know why Liam launched up off the corner. He was in the just about in the middle of the back straightaway, but I guess he was trying to peek out to get some air, but unfortunately, bad timing caused that wreck.
Yeah, great job by Nick Miller actually going all the way to the grass just to avoid it.
Yeah. These drivers who have damage are going to have some time to repair their car on a pit road, and that's a good break for some people who were falling out of the draft. Michael DiMaggio, not William Schmidt, Connor Brandon maybe, Brian C. Mullen in the 17. They could come in and go ahead and repair as much damage as they can. As you see, the back half of the field coming in, led by the number 61 of, that'd be, not the 61. Is he running the 61?
He's running the 30 car.
Yeah, the 30 car, not the 61. That's Dominic Howe.
I'm surprised that more people are pitting.
Oh gosh.
There's already 10 to go. So, I was thinking that some of these cars could top off on fuel, but apparently everyone who stayed out has enough.
Yep.
As we see Darius as a Dakar, I don't know if he's going to make up any positions, but he has decided to enter back into the race.
Yeah, maybe help out a teammate, but a lot of front end damage, but might as well log some laps in, you know. Honestly,
get the experience.
Yeah, get the experience as much as you can on the racetrack. That number 95, although he's damaged, maybe if he's in like a bad scenario in the duel, you have to get out on the racetrack to get yourself in that top 20. So maybe Darius, feeling what it's like to have a damaged race car on the racetrack. Let's come back on the pit road though.
Pretty funny actually in the voice chat. Brian C. Mullen is trying to, I don't know what he's trying to do, but he's playing music over the voice chat. Probably annoying some other drivers in the process, but yeah.
You know, iSCAR voice chat, what can you really do?
Yeah.
Still up front, it's going to be 1-2 with Hunter Johns and Trey Shuttlesworth. And those are the 2 cleanest cars up front. And oh
Yeah,
boy.
everyone's in the league. Everyone's in the league lap except for Peter Kenny, Eric Huder, Darius Ezeckiel, and Sean Leisure.
Right. And it means probably get quick caution. No, we don't. I don't know why. Pace car lights are still on, but might as well go through the field as we're coming maybe 6 to go, 5 to go restart. We'll start with Hunter Johnson up front in that Mustang. Hunter Johnson started in first, currently is in first. So right now we'll scroll back 1 spot, and Trey Shuttlesworth started 8th, now in 2nd. Probably has the cleanest car out here on the racetrack. Liam Sheen, obviously with a broken car in that number 21, but still running strong. Cody Webster, haven't talked about him, but a 0-0. Cody Webster running in 4th. Keaton Jones in the number 77. Currently in 5th, started 14. Michael DiMaggio. He too has a clean car. Along with Hunter Johnson. Yeah. Michael.
Keaton Jones.
Oh, what happened?
Keaton Jones just turned right into the wall and disconnected himself.
Oh.
So Michael DiMaggio moves up to 6th.
Oh, sick.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Sorry,
looks like,
5th.
yeah, Keaton electing out of that one. Oh man, he nearly got into the, or that dude was on the inside. I don't know what Keaton was doing, but looks like he just hit the quit button. But as we're going through the field, DiMaggio now sits in 5th. William Schmidt in 6th. Connor Brandon, Nick Miller, Malachi Drake, Brian C. Mullen, Dominic Howe, Dylan Alt, Aaron Smith, and Ryan Kwan. And round out all your cars out on the racetrack as right now.
Yeah, out of people outside of the top 10, well, sorry, just got into the top 10, Malachi Drake and Brian C. Mullen have really clean cars. So expect them to try to work together, actually, and make a run up to the front. They may have a good chance if they do.
Yeah, definitely. With this faster racing. Because with this new package, you're faster on the racetrack. In a tight pack. So, the cleaner your car is, the more air advantage you have. And the more faster you can pull your runs. So hopefully, these drivers can communicate with each other to know when to go and when to not. But as they head down the back straightaway, pace car lights are off. Have you changed your pick?
No, I'm still... Well, looks like Ryan Kwan must have hit the wall. But I'm a man of my word. I cannot change my pick, like, even though I want to. So...
So head down the back straightaway. Shuttlesworth in 2nd. Hunter Johnson. Actually, we'll go ahead and pull up most laps led. And that'd be Dylan Alt, the number 42, is that 42 towards the front of the field, the beginning portion of the race. But now since he's damaged, he can't really pull as much as he wanted to. He's currently sitting in 11th. And now Hunter Johnson, Trey Shuttlesworth. Now Hunter leading 9 laps, Trey leading 8. Both of them are swallowing up onto that number 42, Dylan Alt.
Pace car comes in.
Green flag.
And the green flag is out.
And up through the gears they go. The 21 of Liam Sheen hooks it to the bottom side of the racetrack. Has a teammate right behind him. I think that's the number 79 of William Schmidt. Chevy. Actually, that number 79 is in a Toyota, but boy, we're really running close right now. As a huge push from the number 21 of Liam Sheen. It's gonna pull that number 12.
Yeah, the outside hatchway has nobody right now, as Cody Webster has gone to the bottom, back up to the top, trying to push Trey Shuttlesworth.
Now, since Shuttlesworth has a pusher, I think you'll see that outside line start to pull forward. Liam Sheen doing his hardest, but you can only stay tucked up behind that 12 for so long. As here we go, we're coming off number 4. I think we'll see 5 to go. As here we go, we're going to see some blocking being pulled. Oh, that's a great block by Hunter. That's a textbook block by that number 12, but he didn't bother to go up to the high side to attempt to shut off that 119 of Shuttlesworth. And here comes that outside lane yet again. Now they're pulling to the front.
Yeah, Michael DiMaggio is right behind Cody Webster, and they may have an advantage on the back straightaway. But they actually seem to be even. Liam Sheen pushing well on the inside. I see 3 wide in the middle of the front pack with Brian C. Mullen, Connor Brandon, and Malachi Drake.
Man, Mullen came out of nowhere in that number 17. That number 17, huge amount of damage on his car, but luckily everybody's about damaged. So everybody's just about keeping it up with each other as they head to the tri-oval. This time by 4 laps to go of racing, and there's a huge disconnection of where Liam Sheen is all the way to that other STM car. There's a big gap, and might be DiMaggio going to take it, but decides not to, as looks like number 17, Brian C. Mullen, is inside of a car. Luckily for
Yeah,
him.
he blinked out.
I blinked out just a slight, but that does not cause a wreck.
They're coming up on a lap car. Looks like the... So I can't see the number because I'm on
77 Keaton
Blitzkrieg,
Jones. He stays up on the high side. Gets himself out of the way. Yeah, that was a bit sketchy there with the 17 with Brian C. Mullen. Unfortunately, with that blinking, caused himself to go to the rear end. And he's falling out of the draft. This meanwhile up front, Shuttlesworth is looking for it.
Yeah, Cody Webster now he's ahead of the outside, who currently has more cars, but Hunter Johnson is a really good pusher, and the outside lane is just separated.
If I was Shuttlesworth, I'd have to be hooked up on the cleanest car, and that'd be Hunter Johnson at number 12. And you gotta keep in mind other people's temperatures. 21 of Liam Sheen has to be a bit hot for pushing that 12 a whole lot. Webster, whoever's right behind him, DiMaggio might be hot a bit. As here comes that 12. Hunter Johnson, yet again, he's gonna move to the high side. Two laps to go.
2 laps to go. Shuttlesworth left that lap, but Hunter Johnson actually peeking out towards the lead.
And he has a good pusher by that 00, Cody Webster. And Webster, boy, he's probably the one of the people to work with here in the Super Speedways. Webster, I've worked with him on official races before, and that man can push. He knows how to align that bumper square, and he could pull whoever's in front of him to the front, and he's doing it right there as he's the number 12, Hunter Johnson, slowly peeking forward. You gotta keep in mind of engine temps, though.
As we're heading to the last lap, they're still side by side for the lead.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna wick it. Oh, looking three. Across the start-finish line, we made it. White flag this time by 1 more lap to go for the TSP Shootout. Liam has to push his hardest, but he's not really tucked up along Shuttlesworth.
Yeah, he has a lot of damage of his car that might affect it, but the outside lane isn't really moving.
I'm surprised that outside lane start. Oh, they're gonna pull out. Here comes DiMaggio. Oh, that might have gave the race to that number 119 of Shuttlesworth, but he doesn't really have a push. That number 12 of Hunter couldn't really get it in time. Here we go. One last sprint.
Oh, Dylan gets turned. They're wrecking in the back, but Trey Shuttlesworth has the lead.
Oh, huge wreck. One car all the way up the racetrack. And out the start-finish line, Shuttlesworth to the apron. And that is sort of illegal, but it didn't matter anyway because Shuttlesworth was clear of that number 21, Liam Sheen. And Shuttlesworth picks it up here for the TSP Shootout. For an unbelievable race from start to finish, Shuttlesworth wins. It's just about his own series.
Yeah, that was a really good finish. Liam Sheen was trying to weave back and forth, trying to find an open lane, but he couldn't find any. And Trey Shuttlesworth ended up being the victor here today.
Yeah, great move by that number 119 of Shuttlesworth to pull it from top to bottom. I'm surprised Liam could not get there in time. He had the run going, but Shuttlesworth cut him off. And, we got cars that are reported outside of the track, apparently. And that's not the first time it's happened, as that number 119 is Shuttlesworth. Standing ovation with burnouts. He's gonna mark up the front straightaway in the tri-oval. Definitely deserves that one, dominating the last portion of that one. We're gonna take a look at what happened with that final wreck. Because, my goodness, you saw cars just flipping and flying all over the place as we're going to replay on the last lap heading into 1.
Yeah, they were at least 2 or 3 cars flipping. So,
honestly, if that was a bigger field, that would have been massive. But they head down the back straightaway. As soon as DiMaggio wanted to pull it 3 with Webster, that killed the 12 of Hunter Johnson as... Boy, they were trying their hardest, and William Schmidt tagged the 42 of Dylan Alt, and Webster goes flying. Oh my gosh, he flew into the grandstands. Unfortunately, Webster, hopefully he's okay, but a great win by that number 119 of Shuttlesworth.
Yeah. Honestly, that was a pretty amazing race. They were almost 3 wide coming to the line.
Yeah, that has to be as hectic as you could get, but a textbook finish here at Daytona, rounding out ourselves here for the iSCAR Shootout. Gonna show the full results right in front of your screen. Trey Shuttlesworth, Liam Sheen, Hunter Johnson, Connor Brandon, Aaron Smith going around the top 5. The rest of the order is gonna be shown on your screen. Any drivers in particular you were surprised about?
Well, Ryan Kwan was outside of the lead pack. He was all battered up in damage, but he ended up finishing in 6th. Also, Malachi Drake in 7th. They finished near each other. Everyone in the top 5 was running near each other in the finish, so they had all avoided the wreck. Connor Brennan and Aaron Smith both doing a really nice job. Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying this, but 13 cars have finished in the lead lap, so pretty good.
It would have been 14 if Webster didn't fly over the catchments. But, you know, iRacing physics, what can you do? Congratulations to the 119 to Trey Shuttlesworth. We'll be right back right after this. Stay tuned. Top 3 interview. And we're back.
Oh yeah, you need to unlock the KMN waiting room.
Oh, I do. Oh yeah. Oops. Thank you for reminding me. We're back here live here at Daytona. Coming to you here live from the iSCAR Trey Shuttlesworth Photography Shootout. And we're ending it on a high note as that number 119 of Shuttlesworth will take it to the checkered flag, and we're waiting for some people to join the waiting room here. Just a moment, and man, that was hectic from start to finish, and dragging the winner onto the voice chat, Trey Shuttlesworth. Congratulations, man! You're the first iSCAR winner in 2019-2020 season. How does it feel to finally get back in victory lane?
It's been a pretty damn long time, so yeah, pretty happy to go out there and get a W, even if it's just in the shootout, but it's good momentum to ride into the rest of the season.
Yeah, definitely. What can you take off of this race and implement coming into the heat coming tomorrow?
Well, it depends if I'm able to make it tomorrow or not. I'm not sure yet, but See, I haven't really thought about it too much yet, but I at least know in nighttime conditions that it's still highly possible for the engine to overheat, and you really can't be up behind another car for more than a lap or two pushing hard. But got to pick up and see, where the outside line is able to make runs, how you're able to defend from different positions, whether it be like first car inside, second car inside, first car outside, second car outside. So pretty productive night.
Yeah, you pulled some textbook blocks there, especially on those final laps. You come into top to bottom of the racetrack, and you took it to the checkered flag. And Shuttlesworth, congratulations, man. Any sponsors to thank for tonight's race?
Yep. Thanks, Zeke. So it's obviously a meme scheme tonight, but I still have to thank all the sponsors that I was too lazy to put on the car outside of my photography website, Instagram, where I post my motorsports photography. Yeah. But anyways, outside of that, All Serve Garage Doors, essentially Splash and Go Paints is essentially a personal painter for the team. Geez, there's one or two other sponsors I can't think of off the top of my head. This is not good. I think Rexford Engineering is still a thing. Need to get up to date on this. This is not good. And lastly, Society.
All right, man. 10-4. Good to get you back up into the booth. Can't wait to talk to you coming next week, or maybe tomorrow. Coming for the shootout.
We'll see what we can do if we can make it. I also have to give a shout out to Liam for a hell of a push on the last couple of laps. Yeah, definitely gonna have to work with him the rest of the week.
All right. Yep. 10-4, man. Enjoy your week.
Yep, you too.
Straight Shuttlesworth in the number 119. I forgot to enable streamer mode. Apologies about the loud Discord noises. But we'll go ahead and enable streamer mode back on. And dragging into the booth is going to be the number 21, Liam Sheen. You're going to go, unfortunately, one spot of that checkered flag. Yet again, close on these Super Speedway races, man.
Yeah. It sucks to finish second twice to, this time a proximity car. I mean, I got to give a huge thanks to everyone over there for letting me help or work with those guys, and really helps me out on these tracks. And yeah, I feel horrible for turning Dominic on the backstretch, but I don't know. I was just going for it. I mean, it's only $10. It's not really that much, but it's not for points, so. It stinks to finish second for the second time in a row, but it's just, fun racing here.
Yeah, that's right. You come out here to race for a lot of fun, and fortunately for you, you put that number 21 machine in second, even though it was battered and damaged. How was the car handling out there after you got that damage?
Well, when Nick got in the back of me in turn one, I mean, I was just trying to make sure I kept the nose clean when I was going around, so. Once the nose was clean and I got through, it was just me and Trey on the inside, or me and Hunter temporarily, because no one was willing to go on the inside with us, because I guess William had a little bit of damage and it kind of stunk. But I was getting really hot, or else me and Trey would have had I could have shoved him all the way up front and probably tried to get to his outside in the backstretch. But it was handling actually really well, surprisingly, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, man. Speaking of tomorrow, what can you apply from here and put that knowledge forward coming into Saturday's duel?
Well, probably gonna work with Prox again. Probably try to get all the SDM guys in the show and make sure we're all on the same page, at least me and Prox, and try to get SDM on the same page of the book. But just knowing that you can do really well with a decent bit of damage, but you gotta be really careful with where you pick and choose where you draft and how long you shove, because you gotta save that engine, or that the temperature of the engine for the very.
Right, man, and it all boiled down to coming for that final lap. Everybody was on edge, and as you worked off of 4, you were in front of the wreck, luckily, and you grabbed second place, man. Congratulations. Any sponsor thank for tonight's race?
Red Team, NZXT, and Side Drafting Productions. Also, forgot last time, Steven Merzlak Design for painting these beautiful orange SDM cars. Darius Dadgar and Dewey Schramm for letting me drive for SDM. So, I mean, hopefully this is just a sign for things to come in the season. And,
Yep, man, 10-4. Liam Sheen gonna round out I butchered that. Gonna round himself out here tonight in second place. Can't wait to see you coming on Saturday.
Yep.
That was Liam Sheen in second place. We're gonna scroll back here to the man, the myth, the man himself, and that number 12, well, supposed to be the 32, but Hunter Johnson, congratulations on your third place finish, but unfortunately, that last lap didn't go as planned. What was going through your mind as you worked yourself down the back straightaway?
I think it was DiMaggio got on the outside 3 wide with a good run, and I tried to go up there and get the push from him, and I did, but when I came back down, I had kind of lost the momentum from Cody. I pulled down that made him hit all that air that I was pushing in front of him, so he slowed down a lot. When I tried to come back down, we just didn't have any more run to stay side by side, and I lost the spot to Trey, and then also I think it was the 21. I think it was Liam. And then I just had to settle for third basically at that point. But it was fun racing, with all the Prox guys, and yeah.
Yeah, man, that final last lap as you turned up high coming into 3, that might have been the race right there, but unfortunately that push didn't clear you of that 119 to Trey Shuttlesworth. But if you think there was more helpers up there, would you think you would have taken the checkered flag here tonight?
I don't know. I think everybody behind us was overheating, so regardless of whether, I think Liam, I know Liam was kind of having trouble staying behind Trey the whole time, and I feel like Cody was having the same problem as well. So, and being on the top, it's kind of harder to maintain the run, and when you're overheating, it's almost impossible. So when we got to the last lap, I didn't really know if we were going to have any shot at all. But I just stuck it up there and tried to see what we could get. But yeah.
Unfortunately to you, you're 2 spots off of the win, but either way, a solid finish here tonight. What can you take off of this race and apply it coming into the duels tomorrow?
I don't know. I think that one was just kind of a get all you could get. There wasn't really any strategy that went into it, so I don't know if I really take away anything from this. But obviously tomorrow you got to be a little bit more careful. If you don't want to be starting way in the back, the big race. So I think tomorrow it's just going to be more about conserving or making sure you don't get caught in any accidents or getting any damage, and just getting a decent spot at least. So.
Right, man, and hopefully you take it to the point coming for that for the dual race and coming for next week. So congratulations on your 3rd place. Any sponsor to thank for tonight's race?
Gotta thank the guys at Prox. They're good people, good men.
Okay, Hunter Johnson gonna run himself out in 3rd, starting on pole, but unfortunately couldn't get it done here tonight. Thank you, Hunter, for joining us in the booth. Can't wait to see you coming next week.
All right, thank you.
That was Hunter Johnson in the number 12. It should be the 32, but either way, yeah. Oh gosh. Congratulations to your winner of that 119 at Trey Shuttlesworth. We'll be back coming tomorrow at 8 p.m. for the dual race. So make sure you stay tuned coming in for tonight. For that one. Otherwise than that, full results going to be shown on your screen again. Trey Shuttlesworth rounding himself out top here for tonight. All the way to 20th place. Don't mind Stephen Higgins. Congratulations to the 119 Trey Shuttlesworth picking up a checkered flag here for tonight. We'll see you coming tomorrow for the dual race. We're going to find out the 40 qualifiers who are going to make the Daytona 250. My name is Ezeckiel Reyes. Kilo Hankins, unfortunately, joined us all the way to the end, but we're glad to have him into the booth all the way from start to finish. Otherwise than that, my name is Ezeckiel Reyes. Until next time, KMN, signing out.